My perfect husband turned out to be a vicious internet troll, and now I'm planning my revenge. Hey everyone, I never thought I'd be in this situation, but here I am, turning to Reddit for advice. I 30 have been married to my husband, Jason 36M, for 10 years. We live in Vancouver, BC, and have always had a pretty solid relationship. At home, Jason is loving, caring, and a wonderful father to our 2 kids. But recently, I've discovered a side of him that I didn't know existed. A few nights ago, I was using Jason's computer to look up something quickly when a notification from an anonymous social media account popped up. Curiosity got the best of me, and I started looking through his messages and posts. To my horror, I discovered that Jason has been spending his free time as an internet troll. He leaves hateful comments on various forums, attacks people for their opinions, and even targets individuals with malicious intent. I couldn't believe it. This is not the Jason I know. At home, he's patient and kind. I decided to confront him about it, and he got really defensive. He said that it's just a way for him to blow off steam, and that it doesn't mean anything. But I can't stand the thought of my husband being such a cruel person online. As I delved deeper, I found more and more evidence of his toxic behavior. He had multiple accounts on various platforms, all dedicated to spreading negativity and hatred. He mocked people's appearances, belittled their achievements, and even went as far as to threaten them. It was like he had a completely different persona online, one that thrived on making others feel miserable. I was torn. I love Jason, but I can't ignore this. I want to help him see the error of his ways, but part of me also wants to teach him a lesson. I've started planning a way to expose his trolling to our friends and family, hoping it will make him realize the impact of his actions. I thought about gathering all the evidence I found and presenting it to him in a way he couldn't deny. Maybe then, he would understand how serious this is. But what if it backfires? What if he becomes even more defensive and refuses to change? I don't want to lose him, but I also can't stand by and let him continue hurting people. Our children look up to him, and I don't want them to grow up thinking this kind of behavior is acceptable. I've also considered seeking professional help, like a therapist or counselor, who could help Jason work through whatever is driving him to act this way. Maybe there's something deeper going on that I'm not aware of, but I worry that he won't agree to it, especially if he's in denial about his actions. This whole situation has left me feeling helpless and frustrated. I don't know what the right course of action is. Should I focus on helping him change, or is exposing him the only way to get through to him? How do I balance my love for him with my need to hold him accountable for his actions? I never imagined I'd be facing something like this in my marriage. If anyone has been through something similar, or has any advice on how to handle this, please share. I need all the guidance I can get right now. Update 1. Hey everyone, thank you so much for all the advice and support on my last post. I've had a lot to think about over the past few days, and I wanted to give you all an update on what's been happening. After reading through all your comments and messages, I decided to confront Jason again, but this time with a more compassionate approach. I waited until the kids were at their grandparents' house for the weekend so we could have an uninterrupted conversation. I started by expressing my feelings and concerns without accusing him. I told him how much it hurt me to see him act so cruelly online, and how it conflicted with the person I knew and loved. At first, he was defensive again, but as I kept talking, he began to open up. He admitted that he's been feeling a lot of stress at work, and has been using the internet as an outlet for his frustrations. He said he never realized how harmful his actions were because he thought it was just anonymous venting. We talked for hours, and I suggested that we see a therapist together to address his stress and this harmful coping mechanism. To my surprise, he agreed. He said he didn't want to lose our family or continue down this path, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to make things right. I'm cautiously optimistic. I know it won't be an overnight change, but I'm hopeful that with professional help, Jason can learn healthier ways to deal with his stress and we can work through this together. I haven't completely abandoned the idea of exposing his actions if he doesn't follow through with his promises, but for now, I'm giving him the chance to prove that he can change. I love him, and I want to believe that the man I married is still in there, capable of being better. Thank you again for all your support. I'll keep you updated as we navigate this journey. Update 2. Hey everyone, thanks again for the continued support and advice. I wish I could say everything is going smoothly, but unfortunately, things have taken a turn for the worse, and I feel like I need to share what's been happening. After our heartfelt conversation, Jason and I did start therapy together, and for a while, it seemed like things were improving. He was more open about his feelings, and I thought he was genuinely trying to change. However, a few days ago, I stumbled upon one of his troll accounts still active. He promised me he would stop, but it's clear now that he's been lying and continuing his online harassment behind my back. I feel betrayed and furious. It's not just about the trolling anymore. It's about the lies and deceit. I've tried to help him, but he's clearly not willing to change. So, I decided to take matters into my own hands. Here's the plan. I've gathered all the evidence I could find, screenshots of his hateful comments, messages, and posts from various accounts. I'm preparing to expose him, not just to our friends and family, but also to his employer. I know it sounds extreme, but he needs to face the consequences of his actions. People need to know who he really is and the harm he's causing. I've created a detailed document with all the evidence and plan to send it anonymously to his boss and HR department. I know this could jeopardize his job, but at this point, I don't see any other way to make him understand the gravity of his behavior. He needs to be held accountable, and maybe this will be the wake-up call he needs. I'm also planning to share the evidence with a few close friends and family members. I want them to know what's been going on and to understand why I'm taking such drastic measures. I'm not looking for revenge's sake. I want him to change and to see the impact of his actions. Maybe the embarrassment and shame of being exposed will finally get through to him. I'm scared about what this will do to our marriage and how he'll react when he finds out. But I can't stand by and let him continue this toxic behavior. Our children deserve a better role model, and I deserve a partner who is honest and kind, both online and offline. I'll keep you all updated on what happens next. Thank you for your support and for helping me find the strength to take action. Update 3. Hey everyone, this will be my final update. A lot has happened since my last post, and I wanted to share the outcome with all of you who have been so supportive throughout this difficult time. After I decided to expose Jason, I followed through with my plan. I sent the evidence to his boss and HR department anonymously, outlining his online behavior and the harm it was causing. I also shared the information with a few close friends and family members, explaining why I felt it was necessary to take such drastic measures. The fallout was immediate. Jason was called into a meeting at work and confronted with the evidence. He was suspended pending an investigation, and it's very likely he will lose his job. Our friends and family were shocked and disappointed, and some of them have distanced themselves from him. When Jason realized what had happened, he was furious. We had a massive argument, and he accused me of betraying him. I told him that his actions and lies had left me no choice. He needed to face the consequences of his behavior and understand the harm he was causing. The days that followed were tense and filled with difficult conversations. Jason eventually broke down and admitted that he had a problem. He confessed that he felt a sense of power and control when trolling people online, which helped him cope with his stress and insecurities. He acknowledged that he had been in denial about the impact of his actions. Surprisingly, this confrontation and the exposure seemed to be the wake-up call Jason needed. He agreed to continue therapy, both individually and with me. He also started attending a support group for people struggling with online addiction and negative behavior. He's committed to making amends and changing for the better, but I know it will be a long and challenging road. As for our marriage, it's been deeply strained. We're still together, but it feels like we're starting from scratch. Trust has been shattered, and it will take a lot of time and effort to rebuild it. I'm cautiously hopeful, but I'm also prepared for the possibility that things may not work out. Our children have been our primary focus throughout all of this. We've been honest with them, in an age-appropriate way, about the challenges we're facing. We want them to understand the importance of honesty, kindness, and accountability. I'm grateful for the support and advice I've received from this community. It helped me find the strength to take action and stand up for what's right. While this journey has been incredibly painful, I believe it was necessary for Jason to truly understand the consequences of his actions and for us to have any chance at rebuilding our relationship. Thank you all for being there for me. This will be my last update, as I need to focus on my family and our healing process. I hope that sharing my story has helped others who may be facing similar challenges. Take care, everyone. Like and subscribe for more videos.